Racing, speed, wheels, power-ups. These are all words related to Mario Kart Wii, the best-selling Mario Kart game ever. This game has sold a whopping 35 million copies. This means that it's on number 6 of the best-selling video games list. So this game was quite popular. But what did you expect? This game was for the Nintendo Wii, which sold over 100 million units. Mario Kart is the best example out there for a fun racing game which you can play with friends and family. Now besides that, it also has some scrapped content here and there, like courses and characters. So let's take a look at those unused features. First up, there are a couple of unused character icons in the game's files, which means that they were probably planned to be in the game at some point. First up, PD Piranha. PD Piranha's icon appears in the game files. He was a playable character in Mario Kart Double Dash, but was scrapped here, sadly enough. On to the second one, Koopa Paratroopa. Paratroopa was a playable character in Double Dash. Interestingly, he uses a different pose here than in the final Double Dash icon. But this same icon can be seen in earlier screenshots of Double Dash. Third and final one, Hammer Brother. An icon of the Hammer Bros exists in the game files. This would have been the Hammer Bros debut in the Mario Kart series. Now besides these icons, nothing else is found in the files about these characters. Maybe they were planned at one point. But for some reason they couldn't finish them and only made the icons.
Now, let's move on to something else, because there are a couple of unused courses in the game. For our first unused course, we'll have to take a look at the Leaf Cup, since we have seen this map before, but it was just a little bit different. This course is identical to the GCN Mario circuit, but there are a couple of differences. There is no chain chomp and the piranha plants lack pipes. They are floating in midair. There is no minimap and the minimap icon of the character scrolls off screen. This may in fact be a direct port of the data from Mario Kart Double Dash, since shadows no longer give off a shading effect to anything that passes under them. And the piranha plants attack at any time a player nears them if the course is accessed in time trial mode, rather than periodically like in time trials for the final version of the course, which was how the course acted in Double Dash. So this was probably the old version from the previous game Double Dash that they were reworking. This must have been one of the older save files of the track that they forgot to remove after completing it. Next up, Draw Demo, which is another version of the GCN Mario circuit. This course served as Nintendo's first Tech Zero test, so a test map for texture files. It is identical to Mario Circuit, but with corrupted textures because the pointers that tell the course which textures to load miss slightly. There are no objects or items present and the lap counter doesn't work. It does have a minimap though, which is also identical to the one on Mario Circuit. If you replace the BRRES files from Draw Demo into the actual Mario Circuit, you'll get Mario Circuit with stars textured everywhere. However, if you point the Draw Demo's MDL0 to Mario Circuit's textures, everything is exactly like the normal Mario Circuit. This course was probably made to get an idea of how it would look like, so they just created it without textures. Next one, the Galaxy Coliseum. This track was used in 3 tournaments and is now unused. It has an outer space theme and features a Top Man enemy from Super Mario Galaxy. In the tournaments, players had to knock the Top Man off of the arena without being knocked off themselves. The outer rings of the arena would fall and disappear in tournament play, but this doesn't happen when accessed from elsewhere as the script to activate it is not present. Now, this map looked like a lot of fun and would have been great as some sort of separate game mode, or it could have been used in battle mode. But that never happened. Such a shame.
There's also another rather special removed feature in the files. Wings for Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones. Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones have 2 unused bones named Wing L1 and Wing R1 in their model files. While the wings aren't used in the game, they are used in the game's predecessor Mario Kart Double Dash. They are used as Paratroopa's flapping wings since both Koopa and Paratroopa shared the same model in that game. These were probably leftovers from when Nintendo ported the Double Dash model to Mario Kart Wii. The wings aren't referenced in any of Koopa Troopa's or Dry Bones animations, so if someone were to hack the texture over the bones, they wouldn't move. The fact that Dry Bones has the same unused wings as Koopa Troopa implies that the model was based on it. Now to finish things off, we will take a look at a little mistake the Nintendo made in one of the courses. And for this, we will look at DK Summit. There are 3 item boxes in DK Summit located under the map. They are a bit after the S-curve, but on the bottom of the level on the respawn plane. This was probably a mistake made by the programmers that they forgot to take out, since it's almost impossible to see. And so it ended up there. Out of sight, out of mind, as they would say. Oh well. Mario Kart Wii is still a great game. It had loads of fun courses, cool characters, and of course awesome cars and motorcycles. We will miss you, since the Wii is totally dead for most people by now. Now before you ride away, I want to tell you something. If you want to watch more beta feature videos, just click that one about Super Smash Bros. Melee, because there were a couple of things that were removed that are exceptionally interesting. And you could always subscribe by clicking that big red button, because then you won't miss any content or any new videos, so that's great, right?